This one is about the teacher who allowed his students to unbraid his hair. And he got fired because of it, y'all. He got fired. Let me know y'all thoughts about this video down below, man. We're going to get into this one and see what's going on out here in these streets.
And thank you all for staying up late with us here on The Factor Uncensored. We have a great show planned and some great guests. Look, you back. Command Performance. First up tonight, the viral video that has started a conversation on boundaries versus bonding for teachers and their students. Take a look at this. A high school teacher who goes by Jock Lee on TikTok posted it. It shows him sitting down while his female students unbraid his hair. There's been a very mixed response to it. Some praising him on building relationships with students, while others express concern that the teacher is allowing his students to get a little too close.
Mixed feelings about this. First of all, to the teacher, I understand you trying to be teacher of the year. I understand you maybe had a hair appointment after work. You trying to get your hair unbraided. But get them little kids' hands out of your head. You're wildin'. You a grown man. Get a grown woman to take out your hair. Ain't no reason you should have a bunch of 16, 15, 14-year-olds unbraiding your hair and you out here recording it on TikTok Live. That is the most weirdest situation. From the outside looking in, that's the most weirdest situation. If I had a daughter and she was in school and she came home and was like, yo, Dad, we had a great day at school. I unbraided my teacher's hair. I'd be like, what? Who teaches this? What? What y'all talking about, you unbraided your teacher's hair? That's what y'all going to school for? Let's continue.
Lee is now speaking out. He says the students were just helping him unbraid his hair to prepare for his next hair appointment. Lee says he didn't see any harm in this, but some are asking if he went too far. Joining us to talk about it, educators Damian Jones, Arnetta Murray, and of course the always outraged parent, Lewis Hunter. So Lewis, let's begin with you. Your thoughts about this?
I think it's inappropriate. I think it's misuse of authority. This is a hygiene issue, all right, and that's what this teacher did. You know, he made mention that 5 of his 100 best friends. You don't have 100 best friends. You have 100 students. You are a teacher. You are in a position of authority, and I think he undermines that authority by having kids do something so flippant as to do his hair during classroom time. I think it's inappropriate. I think that he should be disciplined for this.
I can remember a time when I was in school back in the civil rights movement, and
that long? That long?
But I mean, if you even approach your teacher and try to touch, she's like, "Nah, get back."
It's too
but that's old school.
Yes.
Right.
But things have changed. Arnetta, your thoughts on this as an educator now?
It's contingent. It's when I read everything about it, basically, he got some permission from the parents. There's different things he's done. He's building a relationship. Now, we understand what's going on. We don't trust a lot of people. A lot of things are going on. But if he got the approval of the principal, the parent, and all of that, I don't see nothing wrong with it. I personally wouldn't do it because it's risque.
Ladies and gentlemen, of course she doesn't see anything wrong with it. Of course. Why was I not surprised? What you talking about? You don't see nothing wrong with it, but you personally wouldn't do it. If you don't see nothing wrong with it, how won't you do it? You make no sense. Don't get up on here and then talk this talk and then expect us just to, oh, she said she would da and this and da. And then you go at the end and say, I personally wouldn't do it. Then what are you talking about? I don't care if you got permission from the students. I don't care if you got permission from the parents. I don't care if you got permission from the principal. This don't look right at all. I don't care if he's the nicest man in the world. Get your hands out my hair. I'm not trying to lose my job. What are y'all talking about over here, man? I'm confused.
And so you just got to be careful. But he's building a relationship with those kids.
And just so you're clear, he got permission from the parents to put them on video.
Right.
Because he is a video creator on social media.
Right. But also, I think when I was reading, it was some other stuff he did that he got permission from. But I'm saying, look, again, at the end of the day, he's not doing anything inappropriate. It's out there. It's nothing hidden. And if the parents are okay with it, okay. But as he said, I agree about the germ issue. But again, if the parents okay, he's building a relationship with the children. And so, again, I don't know. I'm just in between right now.
Have we become a jaded society as Americans, as those who watch social media? We're always seeing something extra. And he says, it's your problem that you see or feel like something is going on, and absolutely nothing is going on other than the innocence that you see. Have we become a jaded society?
Yes, I totally agree with that. But in my situation, I wouldn't be able to subject myself to put myself in that kind of position, especially with everything that's going on with teachers and kids in the news. Kids touching on you, no, absolutely not. My kids.
Shout out to him. There's a whole different way. You want to be closer with the kids, I get it. Cool. Kudos to you. Let's do it. One way to get closer is to make sure all your students understand exactly what you're talking about when you are teaching your subjects. You shouldn't have no failing students. If you got students failing in the class, you're not doing your job. If you want to get closer to your students, okay, I understand that. But them braiding your hair, that's a little too close. That's to me, that's a little too close. I'm only doing that situation. I'm only going to be in that situation with pretty much family members. And that's it. That is it. I don't need no random kids touching my hair like I'm some clown at a circus or some animal at a zoo. We are in school. We're here to learn. We ain't here to be best friends. I get it. I'm your teacher. I want to make this thing a comfortable environment. Cool. Yes, we're going to have fun days for sure. We're going to have a great time at school, but at the same time, we gotta keep it professional. We got to keep this professional. You cannot be allowing these kids to come up in your space and start unbraiding your hair just because you got a hair appointment after work. That make no sense, bro. That's a little strange. And regardless if you got the best intentions in the world, there's too much going on. There's too much maps out here on the streets for us to be looking at this and saying, okay, this is normal behavior. Because next thing you know, the next guy might do it, and then the next guy might do it, and that guy right there is going to be the one to touch your little daughter, and then everybody's going to be coming right back to this video like, this is where it all started. Let's not even entertain that nonsense. Keep it school. Keep it PG. I'm not saying that this is out of pocket, but y'all know what I mean, man. Y'all know what I mean.
Kid, since I'm an educator, with my students, hey, I give them all fist bumps. I don't even do hugs. Just because I don't want to put myself in that situation.
No, that's right.
I don't want to put myself in that situation where it's got to come in where some kid says something wrong. Because it might come a time when maybe he had to discipline that student. and then that student don't like the way he did them, so okay, he touched me, or he said something inappropriate. That's a whole nother area.
But you wouldn't let him braid your hair?
No, sir. I don't have no hair. That's why I don't have hair. I just cut it off. All hands ain't good hands.
Another point, Lewis, when he says those students could get angry over something in the classroom, and then they will turn it against you.
These are kids. That's what they will do. They're children, you know, and he has opened the door to that by filming it. You know, they could very easily say after the phone video cut off, this is what happened, and this is what he did. And now it's what his word against the child's. You know, he's opening some very dangerous doors. He's undermining his authority. His job is to teach science for the entirety of his class. That is his job. As far as his relationship, I don't need him building a rapport. I don't need him getting to know my child. I'm sorry. As a parent, I don't. I need him teaching my child, and for the entirety. I don't need time to say, well,
but
I'm going to let you off 10 minutes
isn't teaching
early.
your child part of getting to know them and finding out where their deficiencies are, where their pluses are?
Yeah, absolutely,
but
you're not going to do that getting your hair unbraided.
Exactly. Thank you, man. Thank you. Regardless of if we here to, you know, be close to the students and make sure that everybody's learning, this has nothing to do with you putting your hands in my hair, unbraiding my hair. That's not what teachers are for. That's some weird behavior, man. That's some weird behavior. Like even when I was growing up in middle school, college, high school, that wouldn't even be a thought. That wouldn't even be a thought. Like I'm literally going to school for school. I'm here to learn. Yes, I have some friends. Okay, me and my friends are going to connect. Cool. But me and my teacher being that close, that's not a thing. That's not a thing. If I need help, I'm going to my teacher. If I need stuff breaking down for me, more simplified, I'm going for my teacher. But for me getting that close to my teacher to where I feel comfortable touching their scalp, nah, we ain't here for that. We ain't here for all that. Honestly, we're not here for all that. You here to teach science? I need to know about science. Respect.
I can have him washing my car in the parking lot and saying, "Hey, I'm trying to build rapport with these kids."
But this is
sounds
not
like free labor to me.
But let me say, this is not an ongoing thing. And by the way, two seconds. Teachers, we appreciate you. It's the week of your appreciation. I thank you for everything you've done. Again, let me move on. It's not something that he's doing continuous. He's doing a lot of things with them. Playing soccer, doing other things. So again, he is teaching. He's trying to bridge that gap. And yes, you got to be careful, but you got to make sure it's okay with the parent. You may have a problem with it, but another parent might not.
But that gap is not in his head. It's not on top of his head.
But he's doing both. And that's what I'm saying. Nobody's talking about he's pushing education. He's doing that and that. He's doing both. So again,
he even try to relate it to science. You know, we even try to say this is symbiotism. You know, it's not. He's having these kids unbraid his hair because he didn't manage his time well enough to do it himself. This is a hygiene issue. Get your hair done at home on your own time.
I totally agree.
When you're taking taxpayer dollars, all right, you teach my child.
And he did. His teaching is not the issue.
For the whole time.
But
you got to teach from bell to bell. That's what they tell you.
Teach from bell to bell.
So what would be next? They popping the pimples on his back?
He might have been on lunch.
But I got the parents' permission.
He might be on lunch.
You know what I'm saying? He popping pimples on his back.
Be on lunch.
Yeah. She probably think he look good, man. That's probably it, bruh. That's probably it. She probably think he fine. I seen some of the comments. Oh, he's fine. I'd unbraid his hair too. This culture is trash. Trash. We can't get on the same page. Not even about simple stuff like this. I mean, hey, like I said, it doesn't seem like he is a terrible person. That's the last thing I want to say about this teacher. I just think this was a little weird. This was definitely a little weird. But let's finish this video off, man.
He was painting. They were painting his nails.
Let me say this again, teachers.
know what
I
I'm saying? So
appreciate
what's
everything that you've done.
He got the permission to pop the pimples
I
on
know
the
they're
back.
going too far.
I get what you're saying. Hopefully, I have all the respect for the teachers in the world. I think that he hurts the discussion that teachers need more pay, which they do. They need more pay. But this hurts that discussion when you've got them unbraiding your hair because you were too irresponsible to get it done the night before on your own.
And I'm saying we don't know the logist of that. I believe he did it on his lunch break. I believe he did it on his
he said he did.
It's just wrong. It's just wrong. Anytime
he said that
you got a kid physically touching you, it's just wrong. Like I say, I do fist bump. I don't even do hugs.
Yeah. Okay, but I do hugs.
Yeah, see, I don't even put myself.
And you might be able to get away with that.
Because you're black female. But for black males,
I've had to fight.
you want to stay away from that.
Thank you guys for joining us. Still to come, you can join.
Back in the fall, Dominique Brown earned Teacher of the Month honors, and then 2 months. Back in the fall, Dominique Brown earned Teacher of the Month honors, and then.
Shout out to them, man. Shout out to them. Yeah, let me know how you guys feel about that down in the comments below. I'd really like to know y'all thoughts. I'm a little surprised at the woman's answer. I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time, I respect it. I fully kind of agree with what the men were saying on there. It's just a little strange, honestly. And regardless of how close this guy is trying to be with his teachers, with his students, I don't see the reason to do all this extraness. I personally don't understand why. But next time he'll probably have to manage his time better, just so he's not late on his hair appointment. And maybe he'll have a job, hopefully soon, again one day, teaching. Just teaching. Not all this TikTok stuff, not all this new age, we can be best friends and we can teach. No. We need teachers. We need teachers. That's how we get a bunch of slow students. Because y'all ain't teaching correct. I'm not saying you a bad teacher, my guy. But you definitely going about it the wrong way. Let me know how you guys feel about this down in the comments below, man. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.